Before CAR T in oncology, CAR T was developed in HIV originally. And so between Hopkins and Penn, I actually worked with a small company called Virexis that was founded by Bora Dropulic. And we worked with Carl at that company. We're developing HIV gene therapy. And so there we developed a lot of the tools that ultimately led to the cancer therapies. So the lentiviral vector that's now widely used and is in Kymriah was originally proof of concept out of that company. So a lot of those early therapies failed, but they led to these tools that when I joined Penn, we worked on Z19 CAR T. It took 3 years actually to get through all of the preclinical and manufacturing development work. NIH didn't fund it. We actually got foundational funding. You asked what was it like? I mean, it was pretty grueling. It was super long hours. We had to create everything from scratch. There's no regulatory roadmap. Nobody had done these things before. And all of the initial CAR T studies, even in oncology, had failed. They had led to very transient signatures. So when we went into that first patient infusion, we weren't really quite sure what would happen. And I have a personal story about that. I was actually invited to the first infusion. I thought I was too busy to go. I ended up going. And I'm trained as a scientist. I'm not a clinician. And so this was my first time ever seeing a patient who was so ill and really only had a few months to live, but you could really see it on his face. This patient's famous. It's Bill Ludwig. It's in the news and everything. And I was asked to explain to him what it took to get that study open, and I just felt kind of ridiculous actually talking through these small steps in front of a person who was facing the end of his life. That patient ended up being cured and had a complete response and lived for 8 more years and ultimately died of other causes. And that for me was a really seminal moment in my career on several levels. One, I saw firsthand the transformational impact of this type of therapy that I've been working on for quite some time until then. And second, it really taught me patience. And if you have sound scientific principles and you work hard and you have a good team, especially it's all about the team, then you can actually achieve what you are setting out to do.